Hey everybody, this is the Big Mike. I hope everybody's doing okay tonight. I'm making this video on security codes. Yes, I said security codes. Well, some of you may be saying, well, Big Mike, why are you making a video on that? Well, there have been some questions that have popped up to me personally, and I want to take this time to answer them. Number one, Big Mike, what's public record? Well, answer that question, it's, well, very simply, there's not very much of you that isn't public record. Things like, for example, where you went to school, your if you got married, if you got divorced, your siblings, your parents, all the schools you've attended, degrees you got. Now, some people may be saying, well, Big Mike, what about if you have a professional type job? Well, my answer to that is if it's a position of public trust, or through a Department of Professional Financial Regulation or anything remotely similar to that, depending on your state, it's public record, and you stay away from those. Anything that is public record, you stay away from. I want you guys, when you make your passwords for your whatever, make it to where it's personal for you, that's easy for you to remember, but hard for someone out there to guess. Now, you might be thinking, well, Mr. Gibson, Mr. Big Mike, yes, my last name's Gibson. Before I answer that question, I've been in the security business now for over 9 years. Everything I'm telling you, I do myself. So I want you to keep that in mind. Not even people that have known me for 30 plus years can guess what my codes are. So I want you guys to be in that same league. So with that in mind, I'm going to give you a list of no-nos, things you do not do ever. Number one, let's say you're male. If you're watching this video, let's say you're a male, stay away from your first car. That is pattern and tendencies. If somebody wants to, let's say, like, try to figure out what your code is from just look on the internet, and yes, I say internet, you gotta keep that in mind. They can use the internet to find things out about you, like Spokeo, some yellow page groups, things like that. Stay away from your first car or any vehicles that you've ever had. Why do I say that? Well, Big Mike here, or anybody else online, but preferably them, I'm just your teacher for right now, that I could go online to your state's Department of Motor Vehicles, to your motor vehicle department, and for you guys know DMV, that I can look up and find out any vehicle you've ever owned. If you've ever had any parking tickets, if you ever had any criminal records or anything. It's public record, guys. Stay away from that stuff. I know I got off kilter a little bit, but I just want to take this time to show you that it's not like the way it was 30, 40 years ago, my time, that, you can just go to a library and figure things out. Oh, no. You got these sites like Spokeo that you can find out anything you want about somebody. You can get their email address. You can get anything. It's public record. So keep that in mind. There are sites out there that do that. Backgrounds, all this stuff. So be careful what you put out there. And please, if you're on social media, watch what you post. Because guess what? It's going to come back to haunt you. Either it can help you or it can haunt you. I want to help you. I don't want to haunt you. So that's why I want to take this out. And also, the way things are now is employers can go and look on your social media and see what you post to see whether or not they want to hire you. Keep that in mind. Also, passwords. I want to get back to that. And I can't stress this enough. Public record. Stay away from it. Things like, I hit on this earlier, your school, your degrees, things like that. And there's even certain things that that are public record about you, like what you like to do. Like, for example, if you like to online shop, they can figure that out. And this is what you like to do in your spare time. They can figure that out too. So as I always say, folks, be careful what you put out there. And as I say again, be careful what you got out there. Be careful. Now, Big Mike, what types of things can I use for a password? That's no problem. I can tell you that. I'm going to give you some scenarios. Let's say you're a Miami Dolphin fan. And for those of you that don't know, that's a football team. Well, anyway, let's say your favorite numbers was Dan Marino, and I know he doesn't play for the Miami Dolphins anymore, but he's retired. His number was 13. And let's say and I'm just making up this player, so keep that in mind. Let's say his name was Bill Cowher. His number was 37. So let's say those are your two favorite players. You could use their jersey numbers. Or if, let's say, you like racing, and you can use the cars of your favorite drivers, or your favorite movie. Now, what do I mean by favorite movie? Like your favorite movie title. You could use like a favorite movie line, something like that, or the point of the movie line, where the movie takes place. Heck, you can even use type of your favorite vehicle in that movie or TV show. For a site that I no longer have, but I used to have a password for MySpace, which I no longer have anymore. So keep that in mind. That's not my password anymore. But I used to use from an 80s TV show, things you would never even think of. That's where I want you guys to be. I want you to be in this league, because I don't want. Yes, I know that there are. What's the word I want to use? There's tools out there, that hackers have that can hack this stuff. But let's not make it easy for them. Be on my league, and let's, put the fun back to where these guys trying to attempt to get our passwords. Also, like for cyberspace, if, let's say, because a lot of passwords, they want password strength. Well, it says number one, capitalize, let's say your password is power director. Well, it says, let's say you capitalize, let's say the W in power, and then you have, after director, you have a hashtag, or let's use the $sign, and then question mark. Well, that's good. And let's say you have your number as 00. Well, that's good password strength. Don't use something, like let's say you're, I'm going to use a common social media site, let's say Facebook. Well, nothing wrong with that. Many people are on it, but let's stay safe. If anybody wants to try and get your password, don't make it, like your family pet for your password. Don't do that. Don't ever do that. Because as I said before, it's public record. They can find this stuff out about you. Don't make it your first car. Don't make, and another question that I got from a lady where I work at named Aisha. That's not her real name. I'm just making up that name. But the question is, hey, Big Mike, can I use my kids' names as passwords? No. Remember what I said earlier. Immediate relatives, not a good idea. They can find that stuff out. Don't. And besides, those are most common passwords people like to use. Is, for example, stay away from these combinations. Number 1, your anniversary. Stay away from that. That's number 1 on the list. Number 2 is your birthdays. Like, let's say if you're female, it'd be your birthday or your husband's. Stay away from that. And please, don't be like some putt out there that uses their address as their password. Not a good idea, because they can find that out too. Don't make your family's safety a laughing matter. Now, you may think that this is all just a bunch of gobbledygook, but you won't think that when somebody breaks into your house. Now you may be saying, well, Big Mike, how can they break into my house, like you said? Well, if you are stupid enough to help them, they're going to do that. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, let's say you are going to a wedding. Now, let's say, for example, it's your daughter's wedding. It's advertised in the paper. Guess what? Weddings and funerals are the best times to break in somebody's house. And I'm not saying that as a way to influence you at all. I says, security tip 2 of the day. Don't advertise weddings or funerals. Period. Not a good idea. Number 2, don't advertise where you live, like passwords, your iPhone, or any type of cellular device, even on mine. You won't find my address. You will not find my home phone number. You will not find any pertinent, excuse me, got a little tongue-tied, any pertinent information about me. And please, ladies and gentlemen, don't use your driver's license number. They can track that. Not very smart. I want you guys to stay safe out there. And also, since this is on my YouTube channel, if you guys have any questions at all about passwords or password strengths and things like that, feel free to leave me a comment on this video. I want to be able to help you guys. I don't want to see anybody stumble. And please leave me a comment what you think about this video, or if there's anything that you think I should add or something I should contract. That I should say subtract. Sorry, I'm a little tongue-tied right now. But always remember, stay safe out there. You gotta be vigilant and always think about the internet and what they can find out about you. And I'm going to close this video with my third point I would like to make: your health. Now, you might be asking me, well, Big Mike, why do you care about my health for? Well, number 1, I says I want everybody to be safe. Number 2, I says, like with your driver's license, if you have certain medical conditions, like let's say like epilepsy, or if you have a certain levels, heart attacks and things like that, they can take your driver's license away. Or if, let's say, you want to get further up, let's say you want to be a truck driver, well, certain medical conditions will disqualify you from that. But always be safe. Think of your securities like that of your vehicle. You want running good, you want to stay safe. So let's use a little common sense and let's stay safe, everybody. And as I've said before, I want God bless everybody. But if there's any questions that you want to ask me, leave a comment. Leave a comment down underneath this video here, and feel free to ask. I'm not going to chew your shorts because I'm here to help you. As I said before, for those of you who've never seen any of my videos, you can call me Big Mike. I've been in the security business for over 9 years now. I've been a trained supervisor in this business. I want what's best for you. I don't want to see anybody get hurt. I will put my record of security up against anyone's. Now, if you have any questions as to what is public record, I will add more in a future video, so stay tuned. Peace out. God bless everybody, and have a good night.